Hello everyone, this is Group 5 and our topic for today is emotional regulation. My group members are Janice Jalodhara, Anamika Gussain, Sheikh Jan Saida, Avatar Singh, Fardeen Patel and Mansi Parmar. To begin with, without exception, men and women of all ages, of all cultures, of all levels of education, and of all walks of economic life have emotions, are mindful of the emotions of others, cultivate pastimes, then manipulate their emotions and govern their lives in no small part by pursuit of one emotion, happiness, and the avoidance of unpleasant emotions. What is emotional regulation? Emotional regulation refers to the ability to control one's emotions. We can control our emotions or our emotions can control us. When our emotions control us, we feel, act and then only think. We act like fatheads and when we finally think, we wish we had acted differently. How important is emotional regulation? The Stanford Encyclopedia Philosophy notes, no aspect of our mental life is more important to the quality and meaning of our existence than emotions. They are what make life worth living or sometimes ending. Our training as clinicians stresses the need to be in touch with our emotions, with the emotions of those we work with, and with good reason. Emotional regulation is definitely important. Emotional regulation abilities are 4 times more important than IQ in determining who becomes successful and who does not. One study of 450 boys found that those who succeeded were able to handle frustration, control emotions, and get along with other people. 2/3 of these boys grew up in welfare families and 1/3 had IQs below 90. What is meant by emotion? Emotion is complex and the term itself has a single universally accepted definition. The word derives from the old French word émouvoir, meaning to excite, and from the Latin ex meaning out and mover meaning move. Theorist Antonio Damasio sees emotions as complicated collections of chemical and neural responses designed to assist each person's ability to stay alive. Another theorist, Jerome Kagan, sees emotion as relations among external events, thoughts, and changes in internal feelings. An emotion or a feeling. Emotions are both what is felt by the body, not necessarily by the mind, and what is displayed to others. Feelings are the subjective aspect of emotion, how the mind responds or does not respond to the arousals. The word feeling derives from the Middle English felon and was used to refer to sensory and tactile experiences as well as range of emotional and affective responses, both pleasurable and painful.
Emotion or feeling, so what? Think of waking in the middle of the night. You hear someone walking around. If you don't wake, you might be in danger. However, unless you remember a cousin is visiting, your arousal will be named fair. You might get a gun and kill the intruder. If you remember the cousin is visiting, you might name the feeling annoyance at being disturbed. If you are already deeply for the cousin, you might name the feeling pleasure that the cousin is visiting. How arousals are named is important. Emotion or feeling, so what? Kagan believes until the arousal is noticed and named, a feeling does not exist. Until the person notices the arousal, no thought occurs about what is happening or what should happen. Even when the arousal is not noticed, the emotion often continues to drive the behavior. Freud's interest in what we don't know is important. So are those who emphasize feelings in talk therapy. Important but not everything. Yes, and thinking. For the most part, theorists take an either or approach. The behaviorist had, and for the most part, continue to behave, to have no interest in feelings or emotions. Rorschach theorists were invested in being with the client's feelings. Analytical theorists focused on the unconscious. Yes, and thinking is coming into favor. Such thinking beliefs who are determined by biology, our environment, our beliefs, as well as how much behavior is rewarded. Emotions are intermingled with biology, environment, beliefs, and behavior. Feeling facts. The following facts help you better understand emotion and how emotions and feelings influence behavior. Fact 1, feelings being with a physical arousal. Fact 2, think of feelings as signals. The physical arousal that alerts you to a feeling's presence says, pay attention, something is happening. Feeling facts. Fact 3. Arousal are not always noticed. The arousal might be detected by another person, but it only becomes a feeling when it is noticed and named by the person being aroused. Affect is the name for arousal. A clinician.
Fact 4. Controlling an emotion or arousal that does not reach your consciousness is difficult. Some people are more attuned to feel than others. Some are attuned to only one feeling. Some may be attuned to anger, but not to hurt or fear or the other emotions that underline the anger. Fact 5. Feeling motivate feelings wants to do something. Afraid your fear says to run away and hide. Guilty your guilt says stop doing wrong. Angry your anger tells you to fight. Fact 6. The what feeling tell you to do is not always the wisest way to act. Even in emergency, take a few minutes to think works best. Emotional regulation is about managing feelings. Fact 7. Some feelings shut down instead of energizing you. Depression is a way to feeling shut down. Shutting down can keep you alive in some situation but isn't helpful in other situation. The stronger the feeling, the greater the danger the feeling will take over. When a feeling takes over, the brain is hijacked and taken over. Fact 8. Knowing when a feeling is visiting you, knowing how to keep it taking over your brain, properly naming arousal and thinking before acting are key to emotional regulation. You are emotionally fit when you stay in control of your actions, no matter what your feelings suggest doing. You cannot make yourself feeling something you do not feel, but you can make yourself do right in spite of feelings. Pearl Buck.
How to regulate emotions. Strengthen your feeling awareness skills. Learn and use self soothing skills. Practice a daily emotional fitness exercise program. Develop a support system. Develop a philosophy of acceptance. Control what you can and let go of what you cannot control. Live a meaningful life. It's time to learn some self soothing skills. Calming breath. Breathe in slowly and hold your breath. Slowly count to 4 and breathe out slowly. Say and smile. How to center. Take a calming breath. Breathe normally for 4 breaths. Notice what it feels like just to breathe in and out and take another calming breath. Repeat and go on. Enhancing centering. Think of a safe place while centering. Review your good memory file for places that you experienced as calming and safe. Pick the best of these and recreate it in as much detail as possible. Try combining several safe places. People your safe place with those who care or care for you. Add anything that comforts and calms. Use all the senses including taste, movement and massage.
Example of a safe place. A man described his safe place as lying on a large soft coat floating gently in an otherwise clear sky. His dog is with him. It is sunset and the sky is an ever-changing plate of gold and purple and pink. The only sound is the soft tinkling of some wind clouds. The air smells of fresh cut grass. A small boy said his safe place was the picture mound at Yankee Stadium. It was before a night game. No players were on the field. There was a smell of peanuts in the air. The song "Take Me Out to Ball Game" was playing. He was lying with his head on a base pad. He could see the star. Claiming self-talk. When you breathe out while centering, say or sing something climb. Some people pray, some sing, other find repeating a short slogan helps. Sample slogans: now is not forever, life goes on, doing our best, I have been given what I need, it is all right, I forgive and I am forgiven. For every pass I caught in a game, I caught 1,000 in practice. This slogan is said by Don Houston, a football star.
A daily emotional program. Be grateful for all you have been given. Remember another caring act. Remember your mission. move your body, practice kindness and be with beauty, and laugh, indulge in healthy pleasure, create something, forgive another, forgive yourself, and be grateful yet again. Other ways to regulate negative emotions. Plan ahead as much as possible. A few minutes spent organizing and planning often eliminates stress completely. Exercise as much choice as possible. Not everything is in our control, but a great deal is. The more we choose our behavior, the stronger we grow. And find a complaint partner. Sharing fears and doubts and hurts help keep negative emotions under control. Try to find one friend who will listen when you need to complain. Make that person someone who will not overreact and who will not criticize or tell you what to do, and who will affirm your strength. That person has the right to complain to you. He or she needs to vent. Find a support group. The right support group strength all its members. Look for group that does more than just get together to complain. A good support group affirms to strength, help members stay in touch with all that good in allow time to deal with realizing frustration. The emphasis should be on sharing solutions to common problems as well as finding support for what cannot be changed.
Coaxing others. While we talk about coaxing others, we need to make a model of us. First, you need to take care of you. Use calming breaths. Take time to center when dealing with difficult moments. Say, I need to think to get calm for a minute. Second thing of all we need to do is educate. Post an emotional fitness poster where you and others can see it. Post quote cartoons, anything that will help you educate the emotional fitness. Third thing we need to do is normalize to destigmatize. Everyone needs coaching and coaxing to stay on track when it comes to self care skills. Now, the next thing we need to do is set SMART goals. Use the self care test or the 12 exercises to pick a goal. Then, use the SMART goal formula for the check. S for specific, M for measurable, A for acceptable to you. A can also stand for agreed upon, attainable, achievable, or action oriented achievable. R is realistic, and finally T is timed, which means you need to know when the goal will be reached. It is best to break long range goals into smaller time segments. 6 weeks seems to work well for many. As a very wise person once said, if a goal is not met, the wrong goal was set. Now, summarizing our entire presentation, I would like to say in a few words that life is difficult. Frustration, worry, anger, and stress are frequent visitors. Managing negative feelings is an everyday process. Practice these exercises, follow the other suggestions, and the quality of your life will improve. If not, it is probably a sign more is needed. You might even think about therapy. As Albert Schweitzer once said, and I quote, a man can only do what he can do, but if he does that each day, he can sleep at night and do it again the very next day. While representing my entire group, I would like to thank our teachers, our professors who gave us this beautiful topic for us to present on, and we really learned a lot of this from it. And we cannot thank you enough, but still, maraming salamat po.